Hello, I'm Nikias Klohr, Head of R&D here at Result, and today I would like to go into the details about our trackbox. Our trackbox is shipped in this handy case. This case contains 10 trackboxes and one charger. The charger has a standard power connector. You connect it to your mains and you connect the charging adapter to the first trackbox like this. It holds on there with a magnet, and now all the boxes are charged. You can also take the boxes out of the case like this and stack them like this and charge them. The LED indicates the charge information, and normally with this charge adapter it takes about 5 hours to charge 10 track boxes at a time. So when you connect the charger, the box will indicate their charge status using a very dim LED indication. Here you can see that this box is still charging. Those boxes are already fully charged, and this box is also still charging. In normal operation, what you do is you connect the charger, you wait overnight, and in the morning all of them should be green and you're good to go. Once you're finished with charging, you can shut them down by pressing the button of the upper one for 1 second, and all of the boxes will shut down at once. So, what do you need to use a trackbox? Normally, if you get a trackbox from us, you will either rent or buy it. If you rent it, the trackbox already contains the SIM card. If you buy it, you have to provide your own SIM card. We chose to put the SIM card inside the case so that nobody can steal your SIM card on an event. Therefore, if you want to insert the SIM card, you have to open the case. You do this with an Allen key. You can just open it like this, 2 screws. And you can take the lid off, and that's the inside of the trackbox. And here is the SIM card. It's a standard size SIM card, so no worries there. Now obviously, if you put in your own SIM card, you have to configure the box somehow. You need to at least set your SIM pin, your APN configuration, and maybe also wanting to set the server the box connects to. You do this with the management box and a computer. So what happens is that you connect this management box to your computer via USB. You use our tech tool software, which will search for all trackboxes in reach. This means about 10 meters distance around this management box. And you can remotely configure the boxes so that they can get online. What you would normally want to set is the SIM pin, the APN configuration, and your customer ID. Optionally, you can also set the server address where the trackbox should connect to. Once that is working, you start using the trackboxes, and the trackboxes will be shown in our timing module in Result 11 software. There is where you manage the boxes. If you want to see where they are, if you want to see their battery status, if you want to set the channel, if you want to configure them. Once they're online, you don't need the management box anymore. You can do everything with our online software in Result 11. This can also be used if you don't use Result 11 for timekeeping. You can then just use the management functionality of our timing module. So this is how you manage your track boxes offline. In the background you see the tech tool software, which is connected to the management box, which is connected to all the track boxes here. You can scan for the wireless devices in range, giving all track boxes in a 10-meter radius. You see all the track boxes available here. You can select one or multiple track boxes, and you can get the configuration information of that particular track box, showing you APN, SIM-pin, URL, and you can also adjust that, so you can change your SIM-pin, for example, or most importantly, the customer ID. Always make sure that the track boxes are configured to your customer ID, otherwise they will not show up in the online management tool in the timing module. So here you see the timing module of our Result 11 software. Obviously you don't need the management box for this anymore, because the information you see here and the list of systems and track boxes you see in this list comes from the server. So in this case, all these boxes were able to push the information to our server, and you can see the list of boxes here. You see the battery information, you can see some other status, see if they're okay. You can select where you want the data to be pushed through, and you can also visualize where the systems are on a map. So you can also visualize where the systems are on a map. So here, if we zoom into our office, you will see that there are some track boxes in the office right now, and there are some systems actually where I have my home, and you see them here on a list, and you see them here on the screen, and if you select one here, it is selected over there, and you can check which system is where and what's its status. So now if you use the track box in the field, obviously you want to know if the track box is connected and if it has GPS or not. This can be seen on this LED here. This indicates the status of the track box. So to set up the box, you normally use the magnets on the back of the box to attach it to anything metal. So this would stick it to there, doesn't fall off. And then you press the button to turn it on. It will start blinking. The blink pattern indicates that with one long blink and two short blinks, there is no GPS and no network connection. Now with one long blink and no two short blinks, we have a network connection. It is still searching for GPS satellites. And it should take roughly 30 to 60 seconds where we already have a network connection. This is why there is no short two blinks, but there's one red blink for no GPS. Now we see one green blink. This indicates that we have network and we have GPS. This is what you should be looking for when you set it up on race day. When you see it blinking green, everything is all right. If it's blinking red, either GPS or network are not working. As I said, one red blink means no GPS. Two red blinks means no network. So when you're using the track box in the field, the track box has an internal sensor where it senses if it's moved or not. Actually, being moved or not are two different status for the track box. If it's moving, the track box will always try to have the newest GPS information and will transmit the data at a high rate. If it is stationary, not moving, it will shut down the GPS and will reduce the data rate to transmit the information. This gets you a longer battery life. When it's moving, you will get about 1 day of battery life. When it's stationary, you will get about 3 days of battery life. So here are some more pro tips about using the trackbox. One thing is that for waterproofness, there is an O-ring here underneath the upper screw, and you have to make sure that it sits in there and that you don't lose it when you unscrew and screw your bolt. So make sure you don't lose that O-ring in there. Second pro tip, if you look at the bottom of the box, here is a standard camera mount threaded insert, which allows you to mount this box using standard GoPro clamps or other equipment you know from cameras. Underneath those two rubber top tips here, you already see this, they're very strong magnets. Those magnets can be used to put the box on top of cars or on lamppost, anything metal. Those magnets also hold the track boxes together while charging. So if I put a second track box on there, you can already see they hold together. It's important because we need them for charging. We need a contact between the gold plated screws on both sides. Actually, those screws which you use to screw and unscrew the box are also the charging contacts. Third pro tip, obviously this 2.4 gigahertz antenna here is the receiving antenna for the transponder's track pings. So in the parking position like this, it is protected against damage. For use, you should always make sure that this tip of the antenna is facing into the sky. Make sure no matter how you set up the box, if you set it up like this on a lamppost, it should be put like that. If you put it like this on the ground, you should set it like that. Make sure that this tip of the antenna is pointing into the sky. So that's all for the trackbox so far. I hope you enjoy our new product. We also have other videos about tracking here on our YouTube channel. I recommend having a look at them to understand how our tracking works in general. And if you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate and write below this video. Thanks for watching.